Hey guys, June 30th, 2024. In this quick video, we're taking a look at key charts. S&P 500, guys, is at a point to where we are literally on the verge of the chart transitioning into this type of scenario. So after multiple attempts of market to break above these highs that we've gone through recently on the catalyst, which was the most positive catalyst. So as the world realizing that Trump really is going to win the elections, okay, this is actually very positive for the market. We did have one of the best markets in history when Trump was the president. He cut Texas. He's definitely beneficial for the big tech companies, for the healthcare companies, for banking companies, for big banks, small banks, regional banks, you name it. So there's some definite beneficiaries from those sectors. But despite of all the things that we know, that Trump is good for the market, we pump on market realizing that only beat Biden in the debate, the market pumps and it sells off. So if the market cannot pump to all-time highs on the catalyst on which it could, that tells you it is an absolute market top, and from here we could see a pretty fast unwind in the markets outside to at least the blue line, which is 52.69. So we're trading at 5,500 yesterday, and guys, I mean, we're as soon as we basically popped above 5,500, we were buying puts. And so you may hear from some traders who made a ton of money yesterday on SPY puts, S&P 500 puts. You may see some testimonials from some of the students we traded with yesterday. But guys, the most important thing, if you're positioning going into next week, these two red bars or red volume bars are very critical for you to pay attention to. They're often a predecessor to a major market trend reversal. As you can see here, you have a similar circumstance where this huge volume bar is happening, but then the market still manages to try to attempt to go higher a couple of times, 1, 2, 3, before this meaningful drop takes place. Now, in this particular case, we have the huge volume bars, the red sell bars, which basically tells you at the top we have an abundance of sellers, okay, but we still have some buyers. So for that reason, when you're looking at these critical bear signs, but the market has not sold off yet in a profound way, that's what's coming next. So if you miss 10, 20, 30x trades on Friday, you still have a chance to partake in them over the course of the next 2 weeks. So, but the chart is at critical levels where there is a lot of selling, but yet the price has not dropped in any meaningful way yet. So understand these are some of the preferred market conditions that you should be paying close attention if you are a short seller, if you are a person that trades put options, weekly options, short-term options, expirations. These are premier market conditions, okay? So sometimes you can be the greatest trader in the world, but if market conditions are not just playing to your advantage, there's not a whole lot you can do. But there are moments like this in the market where market conditions are clearly progressing in the bear direction, but it is not yet apparent to the majority of the market participants that this trend reversal from bull to bear has already begun. Now, we have posted multiple messages on our X account at Trumpy Dance. And guys, if you're not following us on X yet, make sure you do, because sometimes it's a lot quicker. It's a lot faster to post a chart or a message on Twitter than it is to record a video and post it here on YouTube. So just make sure, if you're not subscribed yet or you're not following us on X, that you are, because there's going to be some critical trades. There's going to be some critical pivotal moments over the course of the next 2-3 weeks that, guys, if you blink, you're going to miss a 10x. If you blink, you're going to miss a 20x. If you blink, you're going to miss a 50x trade. As you all know, it's all about entries and exits. So some of you that entered this trade on the bounce on the put side, you guys know how that works. This is a fresh example. But don't miss out on some crazy shit that's about to take place in the market. As a matter of fact, anyone in the market right now that just have an aspiration to make $1 million plus, despite of whether your account is, your account could be at 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, doesn't matter where your account is right now. I'm telling you, it is possible to go to million plus in the next 130 days in the markets, because the market is going to be finally moving. So some of the conditions that are clear for success, some of the market conditions that you need in your favor when you're trading directional options, is the fact that the market needs to be moving. It doesn't matter if it moves to the upside or the downside, it just needs to be moving. But it is to your advantage when the market is moving to the downside when you're trading short-term options expiration, because the moves to the downside, they're much faster than the moves to the upside. So as you can see, it takes the market, just look at this, 2.5 months to go from here to here, and then it takes it just 10 trading sessions to erase all those gains. So from the mathematical standpoint, when you are trading short-term options, okay, weekly options, options that expire same day expiration, options that expire same week or next week, okay, those are the type of market conditions that you should be seeking as something that could help you, okay, capture some gains that 99% of the traders will never see. So the conditions are here. The charts have spoken. The bear divergences, they're omnipresent. We're going to be looking chart after chart after chart. But to put it in simple terms, okay, the market is just transitioning from bull to bear, and it is not yet apparent to 99% of people on Wall Street that this transition has already taken place. And that's what makes this entry such a good fucking entry, because when it's going to be self-evident that the market is falling off, like when the chart is going to make this is when everybody is going to want to be a part of this trade, but it's going to be too late, because there's no way you can repeat the entry when the chart has already made this. So I would even say that, as crazy as it seems, I mean, we're going into July 4th trading week, which is a holiday, right? But typically, if we study the history of those weeks that are associated with July 4th being a part of that trading week, those are very low volatility weeks, meaning that the market is not moving. It's a holiday. The volume is off. The volume is less. But if you understand what I just described to you on this chart, this is exactly why, okay, the first week of July 2024 could end up being an incredibly volatile week. So let me emphasize this one more time. We just had some of the biggest sell volumes on this chart. And this chart dates to this is the last 6 months of S&P 500. The two biggest volume days, they are red days, meaning the market is selling off on those days. The only reason the market is still trading at this level, because we still have a number of market participants that are buying the market at all-time highs. Considering that the week of July 4th in the market is the week of low volume, okay? All we need to do, or all we need to see, is exactly this, to where the number of buyers that we've seen over the course of last 10 days, which is exactly what this part of the chart represents, if the number of buyers just goes down a little bit, which is what normally happens during July 4th trading week, and the number of sellers stays remotely close to the kind of selling we've seen on these couple of days right here, the market's going to collapse, okay? And it is the fact that most of the market participants, they would never expect a big down day or a big down week when. Well, nobody expects that when around July 4th. Nobody expects that when on Labor Day weekend. Nobody expects that on Thanksgiving week. Nobody expects that on Christmas week. And it's the very fact that nobody is expecting it that makes it such a high probability payout, meaning nobody's expecting a big drop on July 4th week of trading. So the options are underpriced because the market is not pricing a big move. But yet we're here looking at this chart, which is screaming at us that this is a situation of a double top with a bear divergence on RSI, with a MACD bear crossover with volume, the highest sell volume in the last 6 months on this chart. And yet we're going into a week where options are severely underpriced because, again, the market normally does not price these weeks where there is a holiday, where people are taking some time off, they're traveling, they're doing other things, they're buying gifts, they're sitting down with their family for Thanksgiving. But yet I can point out historic instances just over the last 5 years where the market sold off in a big way. In 2018, that would be 6 years ago now, right? We're in 2024, where the market sold off in a big way in 2018 on the day before Christmas, guys. Nobody expected that. And we nailed that day and took advantage of those lower priced options in relation to the size of the move. So the conditions are here, guys. The conditions are ripe. Nobody expects a big move to the downside next week, which makes it actually high probable and high probability payout in terms of those of you that have never put together a 10x trade, 20x trade. Those are the moments for you to grab onto right now and run with these trades. Because again, the type of market environment we've had is just the market is just not moving. It's not moving until it moves a little bit. And the market has not moved in a profound way in so long that this could be the beginning of something way bigger, right? Something way bigger. And we could have that huge drop in the market where most of the market participants are not even pricing it in. And so between now when I'm recording this, June 30th, 2024, and November 6th, it wouldn't be a shocker if the market lost 30% of its value. Okay, we're going to go through a period of great mispricing. And when Trump wins, that would be the reason to buy the dip. That would be the reason for people to actually put big money after some of the sectors that I mentioned earlier in the video, the bank stocks, the financial sector, right? The healthcare sector, the big tech sector. But if we take a look at the big tech, okay, you're seeing definite signs of a top there as well. So despite of the market actually pumping and a lot of stocks like, for example, SMCI pumping early in the day and then selling off, NVIDIA is not even participating in the bull movement at all. It tells you that, look, if market participants are not even buying the best stocks, what do you expect? What do you expect is going to happen to the market? The market's been moving higher because a lot of money had been flowing in stocks like NVIDIA. Okay, and now that you can clearly see on this chart, the money has abandoned NVIDIA. What do you expect? Well, the people that were buying the dip here, still in hopes that it's going to go up, when they see NVIDIA, when the market opens tomorrow, okay, when they see NVIDIA drop, guess what? They're going to unload. The fact that people that bought the dip here and seeing that it's not pumping high, they're going to lose their patience. They're going to start unloading. That's going to create a domino effect. So let me ask you a simple question. If NVIDIA is going to drop Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, okay, before the July 4th, okay, if SMCI is going to drop, if stocks like Apple and Microsoft, if they're going to drop, then what do you think is going to happen to the indexes? The indexes are going to drop. So if we keep analyzing some of these charts, guys, the charts are telling us that the path of least resistance in the markets is going to be to the downside. And it is the very fact that people have brainwashed so many traders for the years that nothing can happen during the July 4th trading week. Nothing's going to be moving. The volume's going to be light. It is that very fact that could bring the market in some major red days like this. Because it doesn't take a great number of participants to be selling in order for the market to drop in a profound way. It is simple math. When you have very few people buying, it only takes a few extra sellers that have not been selling the market under these conditions that are beginning to sell, and before you know, shit, S&P is down 100 points in one day. S&P is down 250 points in 2-3 trading sessions, okay? That's the kind of market conditions that we're talking about, and I don't want anyone to miss it, guys. So for those of you to say, okay, well, let's take a look at some of the charts, because the whole thing is about the technology stocks right now. I mean, that's really the sector that's been driving the market high. Well, now I've pulled up the chart of NASDAQ for you guys, and it is the same. Not only it is the same chart pattern, right? Here's top one, here's top two. It's a double top formation. If you paid close attention to some of the posts on X, we've mentioned to you, look, you want to short this double top before this double top was even made. So we predicted that the market was going to make a run up here, and we also predicted that when the market was going to run up back to this all-time high area, that RSI was not going to follow. So do you see clearly that there is a major divergence between price action and RSI, meaning price runs to all-time highs Friday, but look what happens to RSI. It is nowhere near the prior situation on RSI where the market was reaching this level of all-time highs. So we go slightly high, but RSI drops. This is a case of a bear divergence. And I'm telling you, from someone who's been trading the markets for close to 20 years now, this is a death verdict for stocks. And I would say we're going into July 4th trading week. It's going to be overall, some stocks are going to drop in a profound way in relation to the market expectation, which means this is exactly the type of market conditions that you need to succeed when you're trying to put together 5x, 10x, 20, 30, 50x trades when it comes to trading directional options. Okay, you need the market to make a move that most of the market participants do not expect. And that is how you put together these crazy wild trades, guys. So with that said, if we to dive a little bit deeper on the chart, you're going to see the same conditions, right? Some of the greatest sell days are happening at all-time highs. There's a lot more people that are getting out at these levels despite of what you hear in the news. And the general consensus in the news is still such that keep putting money in these big tech stocks. They cannot do no wrong. They can only fucking go higher. Okay, we've heard that story before. Okay, and the last thing you want to do is listen to a bunch of Wall Street analysts. As explained in multiple videos before, they are heard. So if the market begins to sell off in a decent fucking way, guess what they're going to do? They're going to sell. All of them are going to sell because they're herd of sheep. If one analyst decides to unload some of the positions at all-time tops, which clearly that's what's been happening. But if you turn on CNBC, Bloomberg, okay, 99% of them are still telling you, oh yeah, stick with the big tech, stick with what's been working. It never works, all right? It never works for an extended amounts of time. Like some trades like big tech, they could be running, NVIDIA story could be running for a year, okay? But normally when we get some of the easiest examples, for example, if you take years where certain stocks were just exceptional, for example, Tesla, right? Well, you never take a stock that's been highly successful in certain years and you don't, for your next year strategy, you don't go with the same stock because oftentimes that's going to be the worst performer, right? So if you take a look at Tesla, last year had a pretty good run, but then in the beginning of the year, we posted the video. It was in our top 10 short list. And so Tesla lost close to 40-50% of its value. And now it's climbing back up a little bit, but that could represent a huge opportunity to short it. So in any case, guys, we got top 5 stocks for shorting next week. If you want to finally take your account to million plus, you can do it next week. You can do it over the course of the next 10 days because I believe the selling in the market, the kind of market conditions, they're not just going to be happening during the July 4th week, trading week. They're going to spill over to the week after as well. And if you switch the strategy of buying the dips into the strategy of short and bounces, you will come out with some of the best trades you have ever put together in your life. I don't care how long you've been trading. You've been trading for a year, 5 years, 10 years, 30 years. And guys, especially if you've been trading for 30, 40 years, but you still have not put your first 50x trade. I mean, this is a wake-up call. The market conditions are ripe, okay? You got to go for the stocks that are going to drop the most, because not all stocks are going to drop by an equal amount over the course of next week, next 2 weeks. There is an index that actually is going to drop by more than NASDAQ, contrary to the general belief. Okay, yes, technology stocks could drop in a big way, but there is an index that's going to drop by more than NASDAQ. And if you want to know what that is, guys, it is an easy trade that anyone can partake. So I want to invite, if you made this far into the message, looking at these charts with us today, guys, I want you to take action now. Go to 13mmtv.com, click schedule a call button, talk to a coach, sign up to trade with a coach. Don't attempt this to do this shit on your own. And the reason I'm saying this, because every detail matters when you trade. I've had guys who should have made $500,000 this week, but they fucked up. They bought the wrong expiration, they bought the wrong strike, and as a result, they only made $50,000 this week. So that's the difference, guys. Okay, so SPY puts paid out exponentially on Friday, but if you bought next week's expiration, you made nowhere. You made nowhere near what you should have made. Okay, so don't miscalculate making a fortune by getting the wrong strike, by getting the wrong expiration. We have done this here at 13 Market Moves too many times, too many hundreds of times, too many thousands of times. We have put together trades that make 5x, 10x, 50x, 100x. And so this is a perfect market condition for trading directional options. This is a perfect market sentiment where majority of the analysts, they don't realize that the trend reversal has already taken place, because they are not looking at these charts. They're not looking at this double top. They're not looking at this bear divergence on the RSI. They're not looking at this bear divergence on the volume. They're not looking at this bear divergence or death cross on MACD. And guys, there's probably 10 other indicators I can bring to your attention, and they are all pointing to a bear divergence. So when you have 13 bear signs staring at you, it would be crazy to be buying calls. There's going to be time to buy calls, but right now, this is not. There's only like one stock. I wish we could have bought calls, but it doesn't have options, damn it. So the only thing you can do is buy the actual stock, and the ticker is ALAR, by the way. So had some guys made pretty decent money on it. 30, 40K for some traders just buying shares. So if that stock actually had options, I mean, you had 400K, 500K trades on that stock. So guys, stop listening to conventional bullshit. Grow some balls. Trade like a rock star this coming week with the 13 Market Moves coach. Take your account to million plus. If you believe you got what it takes to do it, take action now and sign up to trade with the coach today by going to 13mmtv.com or 13marketmoves.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, X @TrumpyDance. Let's roll.